Wow. It's a very beautiful morning to all our viewers from wherever you're watching us. And I believe God has kept you well. I believe you're all doing fine and you're really pursuing and yielding a lot from all that you had planned as far as this year is concerned. This is your life today with your favorite host, Alice Nats. That is Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And do not forget that this show is proudly sponsored by the world's first living alkaline coffee. We have it in 4 flavors: cappuccino, original, latte, sugar-free, banana. Do not let people die of diabetes, cancers, and all that when we have the sugar-free that can help them out, overcome all those difficult complications of life. And as well, we are proudly sponsored by Togo Schools. We have a variety for you that is rated from kindergarten, primary level, and secondary, and vocation institute. That is as far as your child's education is concerned. And guess what we have today as far as life today is concerned? We're going to be looking at making connections in MLM. Today we are going to look at a very simple topic, that is making connections in MLM. The instance of connection in multi-level marketing, just as it is anywhere else, it is communication. You know, the best aspect of life is communication. When you learn how to communicate to people, when you learn what to say, what not to say, when to say it, how to say it, whom to say it to, then definitely business is going to be concerned and life is going to move on smoothly and very, very smoothly. You must connect with other people to build any business. This is something that crosses abroad. It's not only limited to network marketing or MLM, but it also crosses to all other aspects of life and all the businesses that we do out there. The whole structure of your MLM business, however, more than any other business, is built up on making connections and turning them into relationships. When you make connections, you have to make sure you turn them into relationships. Are we together? Then communication is the idea that you can formulate a thought and cause someone else to see, hear, and understand that thought, and then envision the same exact message. Your ability to communicate with people, how well you communicate, determines the large part of your ability to be successful in life and to be successful as far as MLM is concerned. And how successful you be in MLM? If people cannot clearly comprehend in their minds what you attempted to communicate to them, they will not see or accept your invitation to join your business. Or they will call to join a business, or they will join and quit because they have not shared your vision. You need to share your vision to them. Then that's why we say that connection is everything in MLM. Connection is everything in MLM. You have got to connect to communicate. You have got to communicate to connect. You have got to connect to communicate. And you've got to communicate to connect. Yeah, it's a tricky sentence, but I believe it has reached home safely. Then think about this formula for a moment. If you talk with somebody and explain to them what the great chance your business is for them to improve their future and to achieve their goals, but all they hear is another drain on their time, then you won't connect with them, and your communication to them failed. Thus, communication is more than just words. Saying when somebody isn't getting it and changing what and how you have to communicate to that individual so that they can get it. If you see you're trying to make a phone call to them, they're not connecting with you, you're still sick, you're just making verbals and they're not connecting with you, invite them for the OBPs, invite them for the events. Like we have an event for our magazine launch, and this coming month, invite them, let them be a part. Invite them on different events, let them be a part, and definitely, surely, this information will reach them. It will reach into their brains directly. Hey. Then another one is born born with it or trained? Are you born with it or is it trained? Some people believe that salespeople or communicators are just born. But I disagree with this. Personally, I disagree with this. Communication is a skill, and a skill is defined and is as well developed talent or ability. Is a defined, and after defining it is a developed talent or an ability. That is as far as communication is concerned. So there is no way you can tell me a person who is able to communicate is just, it's a talent that is born. No. Everyone can communicate. Infants do not communicate well since they need to work out how to use their tongues and lips to sound out and mouth the right words. Yet within a few years, just a few years, with practice, they learn to speak, proving that communication is a skill and that it can be learned and improved with practice. So if I can tell a baby from the mamaling stage and bobbling stage, and then I'm like, this is how you have to say this word. It's not mama, it's mommy. It's not this, it's this. And they all of a sudden learn how to say it right and when to say it, whom to say it to, and then that is just a skill. I mean, it's just something that has to be trained and identify it, and someone can be able to practice on it and put it into action. So this is communication to me, and I believe it's also communication to everyone out there. Then by extension, then MLM inviting is a specialized communication skill. Inviting it is a specialized communication skill, which can also be acquired through training. Yeah, trainings like this you can acquire, or you can be at the offices, or you have a mentor. Remember I told you last time to get yourself a mentor. Focusing on one thing and doing that one thing well will get you further than anything else in MLM business. That one thing should be communicating well. Much of the activity of MLM centers around making contacts with new leads, offering up invitations and establishing a personal connection with those people, and then working with them on a daily basis. Your prospects must envision your opportunity and be able to make it their own before your invitation will be accepted. Before you deliver, before they come to join you, or before they come to see what you have to offer to them, you must have communicated to them. Like inside them, they have something that is telling them, please go ahead and see what she has to offer for you. I mean, go ahead and see what is she doing, how is she yielding her sources of income, how is she doing it, how is she maneuvering the world. So that by the time they get to see what you have to offer to them, they will already dive in. They already dived in before you even communicated. When? Then it's more than a message. Communication is just more than a message. What is said is important, but so is how it is conveyed. From person to person, these qualities translate into successful. Inviting business growth, when applied correctly, such application is called selling. Then selling is communicating. Professional selling is intimately tied to communication, and so is professional inviting. I attribute most of my success in this business to practicing, inviting, and perfecting my communication skills. Mirror, this is how I've made sales. This is how I've made sales. This is how I'm really shooting it high as far as sales is concerned. Here are two important ideas that I find and can help the beginner as well as the leader in MLM. Everyone is in sales. Everyone is in sales, like it or not. If you do not sell if you don't have a product to sell, then you people are selling off your time. Doctors are selling off your times, and teachers are selling off your time. Hey, in this world, everyone is in sales, and that is the truth, and that is the reality. This is something that you're not going to break or put off the world. Then another one: master one thing at a time. Master one thing at a time. Master inviting. Then a master prospecting, then master following up. You know that what you have to follow. Then so, what's your MLM model for success? And how, excuse me for that. And how would you teach others to become successful? You train yourself, and after training yourself, others in communication and salesmanship, and you do this one skill at a time. Oh wow. And what is the root skill of salesmanship? What are the root skills of salesmanship? The ability to communicate well. Very simple, is the ability to communicate well. And don't forget those things that your prospect says are far more important than most people realize. What the feedback your prospects give you, they are far more important. Communication is the key to your MLM business. Like it or not, we need to communicate to connect with each other. And in the MLM business, especially, communication is selling. Inviting is selling, and as well, communication is selling. And as well, communication is connection. And as well, communication is success. That's how it is. That is how it goes. That's how you communicate and train it on your downlines and associates, and thus it shall be conveyed and understood and passed on and passed on and passed on and passed on and passed on. Because remember, we are here to be team leaders and team builders. So what you do is going to be passed on to your downlines, and then their downlines, and then their downlines, and then their downlines. As we conclude today, allow me end with this quote: ask the value of 1 millisecond to the person who won silver in Olympics. Just ask the value of 1 millisecond to the person who won silver in Olympics. They will tell you the value. Yeah? So slowly by slowly, we will be there. Bits by bits, we'll be there. So shoot it big. We're here to make money. We're here to make our life change. This is your life today with your favorite host, Alice Nuts, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. streaming live here at HBMS TV. Talking health, thumbs up to the people behind the camera, and as well people in the studio and the HBMS family, and the director HBMS TV and director Togo Schools. Thank you for sponsoring this show. And as well, the people who surely enable us to get these products that I'm always talking about. The world is first living alkaline coffee, that is Alliance and Motion Global, and the Visionaries team. I love you so much, the Visionaries family. Stay blessed. Till next time, till next morning. Bye.